Like language. Korean, huh? So I have done a little bit of the... Oh, hang on. Before I do this... Shit. I love that concept of first playthrough permadeath. So I have done the first 2 gyms in Pokemon X. That's why I decided to do Y, because my save got corrupted. But that's only 2 gyms. It's not a big deal. And it's not like permadeath in terms of each Pokemon, just me as a player. So if I lose a fight in the wild or to anybody, you can still revive individual Pokemon. So do I want to start the same way? Who did I choose? Froakie, but then I barely used him. Go for a very poison heavy. Let's just do a girl for some reason. Poison heavy, like, what's that guy's name? Beedrill? What's my name? I don't even remember. What do I normally use in these type of games? Just make something up. I think you get to name the side characters too, right? Très bien. Oh yeah, there's a lot of French and stuff, I think. So it's Froakie. Who are the other 2? I forget their names. She just assaults you in bed to wake you up. It's like very zoomed in. I guess it's meant to be like that. You just see, you can go there, you can do... How do you actually interact with stuff? That. X opens the menu, record your progress with save, pretty basic stuff. There's always some Easter eggs and stuff in these rooms. The Wii U, this was probably like right around when it came out, was it? It even has a screen advertising. 72-year-old man who went on a journey with his beloved cat Pokemon. This is always the same one. Okay. Probably wouldn't let me progress unless I did that. How do I... Whoops. Because this is items, pretty standard stuff. These are all the badges, so there's at least 8 of them. Oh, it even spoils their names. Viola, Grant, Corina, Ramos. See if I can guess the element from these. Nah, probably not. You start with $3,000. 47708. Pokémiles. Like how much you walk. You can save anytime. See all this. Normal's fine. Battle packs are fine. Whether you ask about switching when a Pokemon faints. I mean, you'd have to be asked that, right? So if you turn this off, you can never switch. That's kind of stupid. Why would you do that? Different wallpaper to be used on the lower screen during battles. Well, it'd be cool if you could see what they are here. Which one sounds cool? Let me just start with the default and maybe I'll change it later. Button mode L and R, or set L to function as A. This also disables R. Don't know why you'd want to do that. You can choose whether or not you must save before. Okay, I don't care about that. Okay, and then that's all the menus. I feel like I don't like how that bottom screen looks. I wish you could put something else there besides this. Whatever. Nothing else to examine? Guess not. I just can't decide who I want to start with here. I guess I don't always have to use the starting Pokemon a lot anyway. I could just not use it at all. But just so I have one that's interesting. Everything's orderly fashion. This camera angle is weird. Stuff with knickknacks. Rhyhorn that overcame an injury to take on a big race, and the girl who struggled alongside it. I feel like sometimes it goes on a loop where it has different ones that it keeps telling you. These ones are only single interactions though. Don't wake up Rhyhorn. I mean, I'd take him as a starting Pokemon over anybody else. Might get some graphical issues here, it looks like. Love recording the 3DS. And it also seems like it's getting cut off, or maybe that's just how it's supposed to look. Callum next door, Shauna. Professor Sycamore has for 5 kids, including us. Surprised he knows who you are. To get a Pokemon, let's hurry. Oh, I thought you get to name them too. It almost looks like a toy. It doesn't look like a real... It doesn't look like a real thing. The way it's sitting with the balls around it and stuff. I really want a Pokemon, then I can go wherever I want. Alan's house. You must be the new young lady from next door. Welcome to Vanderbilt Town. We have a son who is just about the same age. If you do meet Callum, we just met. Okay, I think a lot of them are going to say the same thing. Oh yeah, this is where it loops, I think, to a whole bunch of different things. IC News. Retaliate. Look at what kind of move Retaliate is. You get revenge for an ally that fainted. It's unexpectedly heroic. When is the right time? If an ally fainted the previous turn, it will be doubled. Everyday life. In a judo tournament, the teammate ahead if he loses, and then you can redeem them. So you can keep watching this on loop, probably. The ability warrior, Poke Ranger, troublemaker, tempo man, ability villain, own tempo man. I feel hungry. Let me explain. Own tempo is the ability which prevents confusion by the effective moves. I'm tired, I'll go home. What? I'm getting confused. Perplexing own tempo man's behavior confuse the Poke Ranger. Don't get beaten, fight, Poke Ranger, go your own way, Poke Ranger. Okay. Hello, it's time for What's That Show, where we talk about wonderful items. It's like all advice stuff. Today we're talking about the float stone. Wanchy Watchdogs. Have you heard of the Floatstone? Cha-cha-cha. Come on, of course I haven't. You do know it. I'll explain it anyway. Give it to a Pokemon, its weight decreases. So it's faster. Usomina is a little different than usual. I'm having a fantastic day, so I'm going to teach you Kore. I want to talk to that person, but what should I say? Shy young man or woman? I have the perfect phrase. Ta no shi enderu. Perfect conversation starter. What does it mean? Is he teaching me Japanese or something? Poke Quiz, where we quiz kids who love Pokemon but don't like language lessons on the Japanese names of Pokemon. Eevee. What is it called in Japanese? You over there? Oh, it's Eevee. It's Eve. It's Aivu. That actually sounds more French. Really? Aivu. Wins an Eevee doll. Wonder if that's an actual item you can get. Sinnoh TV. Cricketot and learn about its moves. It only knows growl and bite. That's worse than just challenging. I was about to say that when my childhood friend stopped me. Let it hold an Oranberry so that it can survive while using bite. From a former bug catcher. Yeah, I don't know what those do. I should have paid more attention. What do berries do? Love conquers all, covering weakness with ideas. Blah blah blah. It doesn't tell you anything to do with this story. It just tells you like advice. It should tell you something going on in the world. Grass knot. The user snares the target with grass and causes it to trip. It's naturally a petty move. When is the right time to use it? Damage increases with the target's weight. Take yourself to the riverside and use the move. Stare at the knotted grass, you'll feel a weight of melancholy. Just curious how many different ones I'm going to see. Is this the same one? 37, Versatile, Sandvale Phantom. During a sandstorm, the ability increases evasiveness. What about if it's not during a sandstorm? Can't tell where he is either. This is gonna be like a super immersive playthrough too. Like I'm gonna read everything, check every item, try to just do everything thorough. Because like to give a background, my experience with Pokemon is like, I always make fun of them for like the first 20-30% is just like spamming the A button in fights. Which is true, so I always get bored of them. I've only beaten 2. Green, or I guess you could say leaf green, so that's the leaf green / fire red. I think the original was just called green, right? Unless I'm mistaken. Emerald is something different. And then the other one is Coliseum for the GameCube, where you can't even free roam and catch Pokemon. You can only catch them from trainers. I like that one a lot too, but it is unusual in the context of the series. So those are the only 2 I've beaten ever. So this will be the 3rd one. And so I think the best way to go into it is to try to really get immersed. Screen looks too boring. To be continued. How many of these are there? Sorry for what's that? It's gonna be something different. The Rocky helmet. Of course I haven't. This is like the Doki Doki challenge I did. See how far you can last before the dialogue repeats itself. Attack does physical damage. Attacker takes damage too. That seems really good. For like a tanky high defense type of Pokemon. Which suits my whole desire to like poison stuff and then defend until they die. There's that one move, I forget what it's called. It like does more, I don't remember anything, so. They keep trying to teach you Japanese. The second I saw her, I thought I'd seen her somewhere before, but I couldn't remember her name. I went up to her and said this. I'm not gonna read that. Have we met somewhere? What do you think she said to me? It was an all prettied up Azusa. Poke Quiz. Japanese names. Turtwig. No idea. Torune, tornado. Natal. Name means seedling, and shortwave has a seedling growing out of its hat. Okay, cool. Would have never guessed that. It's at least got to start with the same letter. First ever battle, and it ended badly. My childhood friend, a former bug catcher, had this to say. Pokemon get tougher by battling. The key to victory is type matchups. Rock, paper, scissors. Only type matchup I care about is that gym leader. Type matchup settle battles. Moves that exploit weak points. Fire, flying, and rock. Kricketot has some disadvantages. U-turn. What kind of move U-turn is? After making its attack, the user rushes back and switches places with another Pokemon. That actually sounds pretty good. Brisk and impetuous move. When is the right time to use this move? And the user can't switch places with a party Pokemon due to opposing ability. Anyway, we can use it in daily life. Sometimes you get assigned an extra shift when you're doing a job. You can enjoy a relaxing day off. Ability Warrior again, episode 40. Are there really 40 that you can watch? Ice Body. It is a clear day without a speck of cloud. I've had enough of this, let's go home. I'm a superhero, I have to fight villains. Ignoring the rule of superhero TV, he just went home. Don't get beaten, fight. He's feeling a snowstorm in his heart. Time for what's that? Ring targets. I'll explain it anyway. If a Pokemon holds the ring target, even attacks that would usually have no effect will hit it. Huh. Interesting. I have a present for you, your own ring target. We're getting back to the basics. Basic phrase, let's trade. I almost don't need to explain this phrase. What's important is to have a glint in your eye like you're really excited. If you communicate with your excitement, I'm sure you can make a good trade. Another quiz. Squirtle. This should be pretty obvious to people who know the series, but I have no idea. Churzin, Zenzen, Zenigame, Zenigame. Old-fashioned word for money. What does that have to do with Squirtle? Looks like old coins, really? Huh. I never knew that either. You can't use them as coins, though. We'd win a battle and lose one. Lose one, then win one. I thought it was times discouraging. I had to keep battling and toughen us up. With me and Kricketot. Why do they keep talking about the same Pokemon? They've mentioned this guy like 5 times. With always 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. One day he started to shine. Probably he evolved. Becomes Cricketoon. Watch me, I'll change too. Cancel evolution, press B. Today we'll learn about Mystical Fire. What kind of move is Mystical Fire? This will be the whole intro stream, just watching the TV all day. Holy shit. The user attacks the target with flame from its mouth. It's an undoubtedly fantastic move. Which part of the move is fantastic? Lowers the target's special attack. Seems we can use it in everyday life. When you celebrate your birthday, you blow out candles. Use the move to drag out the party so you don't feel lonely. Okay, this guy again. Magnet Pull. Traps a steel type opponent. That's too oddly specific to be useful, probably. Unless you're in an area with a ton of steel types. Take off my suit and come again. What's that? Oh, I missed it. Binding Band. Increases the power of binding moves like Wrap. Power as in length or damage they do. So I think Wrap does a certain amount of damage every turn too. Maybe both. More Japanese lessons. Bright red Bunnelby. This is what it said to me. You're kidding, I'm serious. His face was bright red. Japanese names, Geodude. None of these are too close. Geometry, geometric. Yeah, that was close guesses. Ishite Subute. Ishi means rock, and Subute is like a throwing stone. After it evolved, it became stronger as Cricketune. We could go farther and farther from home, but where's my beloved gym leader? Where is that city he said he's from? I do have the town maps, but maps baffle me. Doesn't matter though, if we keep moving, we'll get somewhere. Pokemon gyms can't be found everywhere. The more lost you are, the less useful a map becomes. Spiky Shield. Protects itself from the opposing attack while lowering the opposing HP on contact. Seems like a good tanky move as well. If you use this move again immediately after you use it, it will drop to 1/3. Like diminishing returns. Play goalie in soccer, use this move, you'll have no problem catching and holding on to the ball. Another ability, Annoying Static Man. Ability that can paralyze an opponent that makes contact. Hyper Beam, as long as I don't touch you, I'm fine. Some moves make contact, some don't. Mina Konnichiwa. An aggressive way to proclaim your future victory. I'm going to win. It's important to emphasize the Zo. Be aggressive and show where you stand. Saying it through clenched teeth would be really cool. You might not even have to battle, just declare victory and they'll run away. This is amazing how many there are. This is crazy. This TV is like Twitch chat when it wants to, people keep wanting to give you advice, like backseat gaming TV. It just won't stop. It won't. It'll tell me every move and every item in the game. And how to speak fluent Japanese. Wailord. I'm really impressed. How many of these are there? They probably don't change throughout the game though, so. Whale King. It's lonely at the top. That was kind of a good quote. Are you doing as long as hard? Nobody wants to hear that. Found my gym leader, but he has an incurable disease. He begged me out of the blue with his last wish. He is for my Pokemon, but he's my partner. My trail of footprints shortened the distance between us. Every time I see his face, I'm reminded of our time together. 45 Spooky Pickup Hag. I'm a pickup hag. I pick up an item that someone used after a turn, or I pick up an item from somewhere after a battle. Please forgive me for being rude. Young people, they scatter trash all over. They just leave used up items laying around after battles too. And then besides that, lecturing for 2 hours, don't get beaten, fights, blah blah blah. What was that about? This is something you spout out without thinking when something unexpected happens. If I say this while making an expression that says what? Okay. Oh, it kind of baited me. I thought it was over and then it kept going. So let's guess another name. Machop. Ricky means strength. Ricky Chop. I don't know. Chop Chop. It obviously was going to have Ricky in it. Juan means arm and Ricky means strength. Arm strength. Beloved gym leader whom I fought so hard to meet was a fraud. How dare he con this pure maiden? How dare he toy with my emotions? But whose fault was it? Was it mine for being taken in? Yes, it was. All I know is that my tears overflow. Despair is my world. Eating a Giga Impact for playing me for a fool. Let's learn about Mat Block. What kind of move is Mat Block? The user uses a flipped tatami mat as a shield to protect against the opposing moves. Remarkably skillful moves. Can't protect from status moves, so you can't let your guard down. Use it in everyday life. Let's say you have no tatamis in your martial arts or yoga classroom. Use it and you might find something extraordinary or not. It's kind of a vague statement. Dry Skin Girl, Adolescent. HP is restored when I get hit by water type moves. But I take a lot of damage from fire and when it's sunny. To take good care of my skin. Skin looks amazing as it is. And then they fell in love. More Japanese? Oh no, what's your hobby? Use it with people you just met, use it with people you've known forever. Shumi Nani. Well, I know Nani is what. Even I know that. Oh, it's like Doki Doki all over again. Can't escape it no matter how hard I try. Today's Pokemon is Beautifly. What is it called in Japanese? You over there. It's Beautifly. Fly, Beauty, Fly, Fly. Why did they just say the same name? Age Hunt. How the fuck would you guess that? What? Sound ferocious. But it's supposed to be Japanese, so why would Hunt be... What does Hunt mean in Japanese? Having defeated the fake gym leader, we stood in a daze. We were spent, drained by a romance, and ended in a nightmare. It was then that my childhood friend, the former bug catcher, arrived. He did more than that. He confessed his love to me. I wanted to become an Elite Four member, so I quit as a gym leader. But then that figure appeared. You took care of him, though. An ex-bug catcher? What? What are you saying? Do it. Silver wind over Sinnoh skies. You were laughing at me for falling for that fraud, weren't you? Water Shuriken. What kind of move is it? Shurikens are made of compressed sticky liquid and the user throws them at the target in succession. Oh yeah, I forgot there's moves that work like that, right? Where you can get anywhere between like 2 and 5 hits or 1 and 5 maybe. And I think each one has a chance to crit. It's a critical move in a way. So it's very touch and go. You can't really rely on it. Okay. Let's learn about Water Pulse. I think I've read this one so far. Pulsing blast of water. It's so strong that it confuse the target. Some fathers come home very tired. Times like that, use this move and you can massage him to sleep. Okay. Episode 3, we're going way back. Throwback episode. Grass, Overgrow Man. My HP gets low, power of grass type moves go up. But I can't use any grass type moves, why not? Still, I'll thrive on this challenge and fight you. Who doesn't have any grass type moves was no match. But it doesn't disable you from using them, it's just that he didn't have them for comic relief. What I have in my bag is a lucky egg. It's an excellent item. Let a Pokemon hold it and the Pokemon can slightly earn more experience. Wish it had the same effect on me, I'd be an ace trainer. Kidding, have a great day. You'd still be dog shit? Is that why you're kidding? Hello, it's time for the What's That show, where we talk about wonderful items. The metronome. This is something to do with psychic Pokemon, surely. Hypnosis or something. Metronome and using the same move continuously makes the move do more and more damage. If you do it 6 times in a row, the damage can double. Oh shit. I wouldn't have guessed that. I wonder if they say them in the item descriptions. I'm sure they do. There's no way they would rely on you watching this to find out. Overflowing with Genki. Today's phrase, your Pokemon is cute. Kawaii. Kawaii Pokemon. That's almost too easy. Dane. Welcome to our coverage of the Sports Spectacular, everyone's favorite event, the 100-meter dash. The red team's Pokemon has stepped onto the field. The Bash Buffalo Pokemon Buffaloland is scattering everything in its path. From the white team, its opponent is the fearsome psychic Kadabra. The athletes are at the starting line, ready, set, go. Charges off the line with a powerful dash. Kadabra it doesn't budge an inch. It's meditating. Vanish, teleport. Well, that's cheating. Can't do that. Angry with the result, charging this way. Pokemon Whisperer, many different problems. Pokemon Breeder Paul. Human hating Pat Rat that won't open up to its trainer. Paul chose to stay by its side for 24 hours as the way to get along with it better. The guy bit me while I was sleeping. Bite as much as you want. Every time you bite, I'll give you a hug. So you're conditioning it to keep biting you. Let's learn about Leech Seed. This just gives you health, I know that. It's not that violent. It goes back to you. Seems we can use it in everyday life. Small plant pot. Then look forward to checking its growth every day, but you'd have to suck the life out of something else to do it. Episode 5, Torrent Woman. Flash, I'm Torrent Woman. When my HP gets low, yeah, I think we've seen the same effect, but it was a different one. Let your guard down. Okay. Fledgling Rising Star, Luminous Moss is a very fresh item. Pokemon holds it and hit by a water type move, special defense goes up. Then I would absorb a lot of water and keep my skin hydrated and supple. This item is single use, so it's garbage basically. What's that? We talk about wonderful items, leftovers. I always clean my plate. Don't spill it. Small fraction is healed every turn, just no matter what. Also fits my tank build. Are you so ganky it's causing everyone else trouble? Where did you come from? More sports spectacular. Fighting type, judo versus karate. Red team will battle using judo. White team will battle using karate. They've been engaged in fierce competition for a long time. Time to settle things once and for all has come. Sonic immediately starts the match with a swift low sweep and does some damage. Responds with a vital throw. Match is getting heated. They don't fear damage. Aggressive attacks. Critical hits. He's still alive. Seismic toss. They're both down. Double KO. What a rip. Nobody wants to watch you draw. Finish the story of the Pat Rat biting thing. No matter how much you hurt me, I won't let anyone hurt you. Even if 100 girder show up out of nowhere. That's right, Pat Rat doesn't hate humans, it just doesn't understand how they show trust and affection. As you can see, this Pat Rat is totally friendly and playful. You just have to communicate that you're a trustworthy trainer. You've prepared 100 girders to see you. Oh shit. Take it literally, tongue-in-cheek comment. And we never saw him again. He was dead on the next evening news. Flame charge. Cloaks itself with flame, so if you get hit, it damages them. Move warms with the body, so speed goes up. That's kind of a waste of a turn. Treading on a mountain. Putting the clothes you're wearing aside. This move has wonderful effects. Episode 7, Mr. Blaze. There's literally an unlimited number of these. What the fuck? Mr. Blaze. Oh, Blaze the best. My favorite villain. When my HP gets low, the power of fire type move goes up. Do you want to receive my boosted fire type moves? Huh? I need the PP short for PowerPoint. Yeah, good thing you clarified that. To use a move, but I don't have it. Arg. Ciao, my name is Nadia. Rising Star, I have an amulet coin, very useful. You get more prize money when you win the battle. Even from wild Pokemon or just from trainers? I wonder. Shell Bell. Well, you've heard of it now because you just said it. I just can't believe how many of these there are. Suppose you land an attack, your HP will restore by 1/8 of the damage done. I guess that's not good unless you're taking a ton of damage to begin with. What's your favorite Pokemon? What does it sound like in Japanese? Another sports spectacular. Swimming competition. Savage Basculin versus Proto-Turtle Turtouga, however you say it. Right behind it. Both have reached the halfway mark. Is it going to be another tie? Sped up and took the lead. It's going into bite. You can't do that. Withdraw. Bounce off the shell. Cross the finish line. Could this be the power of a prehistoric Pokemon? Make sure to visit the Nakrine Museum. Works to build a good relationship with Timber. He's causing trouble for his trainer by rebelling at every opportunity. He finds it in a ruined room. I was a bad guy once too. Some folks just go through that phase. Smacks him in the head with his wooden beam. It's a sudden breakdown in negotiations. Psybeam, we know all about Psybeam. I'm the psychic expert. Psychic and ghost is my forte. Concentrate. It can sometimes confuse them too. It's Power of Eyes, Mr. Keen Eye, Ability Villain. My accuracy won't be lowered and I can ignore my opponent's evasiveness. I'm always accurate. What did I eat for breakfast? Those who have too much power are vulnerable when they lose it. Rising Star, I have a Snowball. Snowball is a very cool item. Pokemon that holds it is hit by an ice type move, its attack goes up. Maybe snow cones have the same effect, but I can't eat that many snow cones. It's single use, which is garbage. Today we're talking about Expert Belt. Have you heard of the Expert Belt? I'll explain it anyway. Holding the belt when attacking makes the attack do more damage when it's super effective. 20% more on top of obviously the super effective. That's insane. You're like guaranteed to one-shot everything. Today's one phrase for communication is this. Where did you find that? Bunnelby. Another sports spectacular. Shot put. Girder versus Scraggy. Whenever they say Girder, I think of Girder from Riverwood. If you know, you know. Girder is up first. Wow, the shot just keeps going and going. Amazing, it's a new record. Will Scraggy, he'll break the record too? Doesn't look like a great trajectory, but it keeps going. It's almost like the shot has wings. Doesn't it look like there is a heart-shaped mark in the center of that shot? Could it be? It's a Woobat that was painted black. Cheating. That's against the rules. You're disqualified. Finish taming Timber. Paul is approaching Timber. It walloped with his wooden beam. Hey, that really hurt. Between sobs, he takes a swing at Timber, and they start to battle. Fight continues into next morning. Got that out of our systems. How about going to the ocean? Calmly accepts, face the ocean and shout. That's the answer you're looking for. Two of them shout at the ocean to heart's content. By fighting with Paul and yelling at the sea, Timber was able to get rid of its pent-up frustration. Now it understands how to deal with anger and doesn't go wild anymore. But actually worked that time. Pin Missile. What kind of move Pin Missile is? This will literally be all I do today, and I don't even mind. This is a good precursor to how this playthrough is going to be, like, super thorough. Exhaustive. Shoots sharp spikes in rapid succession. Wonderfully relaxing move. How long does it last? Good question. The user can attack 2 to 5 times in a row. It seems we can use it in everyday life, doesn't it? When the target has a severe shoulder ache or headache, use it as acupuncture. So 13. I guess they really will give you every single episode. Infiltrator woman. Teehee. Ignore moves to protect itself, such as light screen, reflect, safeguard, mist, substitute. So I can use moves. I was lost in thought. Don't ignore me. She politely explained it again in great detail, yet she was ignored. Poor infiltrator woman. Have a destiny knot. Lovely item. When a tract is used and that Pokemon holds it, it can make the attacker infatuated too. That's kind of a nice thing, but it's oddly specific. Bright powder. Why does that sound familiar? Holding it drops your opponent's accuracy to 90%. By the way, lax incense has the same effect as well. I wonder if they stack. Probably not. Nice to meet you. Use this when partying with someone. It's even better when you say it along with a firm handshake. Another sports spectacular. Roggenrola bowling. Rules are simple. It's rolled at 10 pins. Player who knocks down the most. So you're using them just as bowling balls. There's a chance of an explosion. Participants in this throwing sport are the pro Roggenrola bowlers, watchdog, and thrower. Throw. So if they blow up, does that count? If that affects the... It exploded. What a day for explosions. Many different problems. At least it is giving me different ones every time. Stunfish. Was your relationship really that wonderful? Chin up. There are other possibilities. There are many fish in the sea, I guess you could say. Drags the stunned fisk, not fish, into the swamp. What startling thing does he witness there? Next week. And about quick attack, you just go first. That's all it is. Pretty easy. One with a higher speed can strike first. Except it won't matter. Unless you both do it at the same time, I guess. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that happen, where both people use quick attack. Or I guess you wouldn't be able to, because one would take priority over the other. Anyway. Bizarre Shield Dust Man. Or what if you had the exact same speed, too? This is amazing how long this goes on. And I'm sitting here doing it the whole way. Field Dust blocks additional effects of opponents' attack moves. It's an awesome ability that prevents burns from Ember or paralysis from Thunder Shock. About Thunder Wave. Even with that, I feel additional effective status moves. Huh. So it's only good against ones that have multiple effects, or like that do damage and effects. Blazing Rising Stars, a quick claw, makes you go faster. Or it can sometimes attack faster. Finish my homework in a flash. I'll just have to guess how much time I'll truly need to finish my homework. The Big Root. Boost the effects of moves that absorb HP by 30%. That's a big thing that I would want. Literally big. That is an amazing idea. Drain their health, do the poison stuff, whatever you want to call it. This is what you say at that time. I became your fan. After that, I told it this in Japanese. Okay. It was cute, utterly kawaii, Bunnelby. On that note, I'm going to the musical again today. She's just watching me do this the whole time, standing there staring at me. And my face is like right in the TV too. Like, sit down, dude, you'll hurt your eyes. Another one, pushing and shoving. It's Sumo. On the left, the fiery pig Pokemon, Pig Knight Yama. On the right, the tunneling mole Pokemon, Drillbur Maru. Pig Knight goes after Dilbur with take down. Doesn't stand a chance. It disappeared into the ground. Could it be using Dig? There it is. It flies out of the ring from the force of the hit. Guess you could call this a win by Dig Ring Out. Okay. Finish the story of the Sunfisk. Takes the lovelorn Sunfisk into the swamp. That one is the one who left you. Hanging out with the new one. At a loss for words, but then it takes him by surprise. You're going over there to talk. What will you say? Professes affection again and is rejected once more. Bad ending. Made a decision and acted on it without fear of being hurt. That was really brave. It looks so cool. This time I feel like I'm the one who's learned a lot. Facade. A facade. Use it when you're poisoned, paralyzed, or burned. Power will be double. Very heroic move. Sometimes don't feel good when you have an appointment. Use that move. You won't feel good the next day. The move has great effects, at least on the surface. Superhero comic series. Ability warrior, Poke Ranger. Ferocious, intimidate man. Lowers attack stats. Formidable ability. I thought something might happen, so I prepared special moves. The special attack won't change. You're pretty good. Physical and special attacks, the most basic thing to know. And he knows it. Back to today's assault vest, very aggressive item. Can't use status moves, but special defense goes up. So it seems like it's anything but aggressive. It's defensive. Make a move on my friend without being afraid of the status change. Even if you turn me down, I would endure with my special defense. That's no good. I don't like that at all. Shed Shell. Pokemon is holding a Shed Shell. You can switch even when it usually wouldn't be able to. Okay. I don't know. That probably doesn't happen too often. For good kids and even kids that are a little bad. People tell us to match up. I was thinking the same thing. Great minds think alike. Everyone's been waiting for tennis championship. Using psychic powers to control the ball at will. Using its forehands to skillfully return the ball. It's Agregus. Match is barely within the rules and begins now. 4 days have passed since the start of the match. Neither player has dropped the ball once. They're both too good. I've been doing a play-by-play for 4 days without sleep. I'm so tired. But wait, oh. It's as if it felt what I'm feeling and it fell asleep. Okay. Reader Paul again. Audino. Since it can tell how people feel, it can detect bad things, and it no longer trusts people. Wanting to teach it that people aren't all bad. He sets out in search of him. Searches desert cities, even the depths of the ocean, is unable to find it. What's that? Finally, he finds it in the depths of the forest. He makes a terrible mistake. We'll continue next time. Let's learn about Round. What kind of move Round is. It attacks the target with a song. It's a very rocking move. Attack with a song, it doesn't sound like a strong move. Good, that's a very good point. If somebody uses this move, others can join in the round, and the power goes up. Sometimes you and your friend like the same person. If you use this move after your friend tells you how he feels as a person, your friendship will be over. The move is very effective. Hot-blooded flame body man. I'm also hero of justice. I guess I had the wrong idea. It's a peace offering. Let's shake hands. Ah, hot. Flame body is the ability can burn on an opponent who touches me. Carry a Rost berry. Cleanse tag. Seems like it'll really tell you about every item in the whole game. That's unbelievable. Let your Pokemon hold it and you won't encounter Pokemon as if I'm going to remember any of this anyway. I was just doing it more for flavor, but this is a bit too much. $10,000. Telling a lie isn't a bad thing. What's that? It's wonderful item, Scope Lens. That sounds like a permanent item. Makes critical hits land more easily. The Razor Claw also makes critical hits land more easily. So they're equally good. Another day, another step closer to mastering global communication. Recently, on the way back from the musical, someone said this to me: "Your Pokemon looks different." But it could be a joke. It was still wearing props from the musical. I forgot to take them off. That would look strange. We're covering the beach volleyball tournament in Undella Town. We're joining a heated match between Palpitoad and Team Frillish. Is backing team into a corner that is barely within bounds. What's this? The members of Team Palpitoad have started using their long tongues to receive and attack. Do the rules allow this? Oh, that's just plain icky, so it's violating the rule. For some reason, they're surrounding me. You guys aren't mad, are you? Stop licking me. This one continues. I know you can sense negative things about people, and that's what scared you away. But there are many good things you should be able to sense, too. He begins to run away again. He has such good hearing, they dislike loud noises, and he has a hard time talking quietly. Guess that was a bad idea. How will he communicate? It'll still go further. Episode 3. Surrounded by Incinerate. Attacks with fire. It's a gracious yet dirty move. Who burn certain items that they hold. Seems we can use it in everyday life, doesn't it? Sometimes you're anticipating a bad grade from an exam. At times like that, you use this move. It will burn away the bad grade, but only on the paper you get back. Just not in your permanent records. Formidable enemy, Compound Eyes Man. Here you are. The ability boosts the accuracy of moves by 30%. Accuracy of Sleep Powder, which is 75%, will be 97.5. No, won't it be 105? Wait, what? Wait, why 30? Oh, 30% off 75. I didn't think of it like that. I thought of it as a base percent increase. That is kind of confusing. Imagine having to calculate that, like mid-battle or something. 97.5%. Heat Rock is a marvelous item. They hold and use the move Sunny Day. Weather will last longer. Tomorrow's nice and sunny. This is the real challenge of the run right here. Reading all of these in one shot. Focus Band. Gives the holder 10% chance of withstanding any attack. What does that mean? Like withstanding like if they're about to die, or withstand like they don't take any damage? Where did you catch that Pokemon? One of the weightlifters is a massive muscle you know and love, Girder. Again, Automaton Golett. Lifting heavier and heavier barbells. That's why they're known for power. Comparing to Golett, who's lifting a good rhythm, Girder is starting to look tired. Is the match going to end? A large group of timber have gathered and they're cheering for Girder. It's lifting the barbells like it's responding to their encouragement. Even Golett can't lift this much weight. The victorious Girder is, oh dear, I think it fainted from excitement. Here in Pinwheel Forest, you can barely hear anything over the sounds of those timber cheering for Girder. What Audino want? Worried Paul searches once again for runaway Audino, scaring it by shouting, "This is so hard, how can I communicate?" Without shouting, I want to tell it so many things. After a long journey, he finds him in a cave deep in the mountains. Great effort, he manages not to shout his feelings. Gives it a big hug. He can sense people's feelings. The trust melts away. If you care about Pokemon, they will understand you, even if you don't use words. Feedback. If user attacks after the target, the power will be doubled. It's good for slower Pokemon then, I suppose. Stoic. Actually, the slower your speed is, the more advantage this move has. It seems like we can use it in everyday life. Use it on a person who helped you out previously. You will repay kindness with injury. Because that's good advice. Here comes Mr. Inner Focus. Will never ever flinch and be unable to move from your pathetic moves. I'll make you flinch. I can act before you, so I won't flinch. Well, what I said is just an example or a remark in the heat of the moment. Not supposed to flinch, but you made him flinch with his logical arguments. What I have in my bag is safety goggles. Safety goggles are very useful. Let a Pokemon hold them and they protect the holder from both weather-related damage and powder. Wish they had the same effect on me too. When my mom scolds me, I'll protect myself with the safety goggles. They won't work unless they block noise. I know that, I'm just acting silly. Grip Claw. Claw makes moves like Wrap and Bind last longer, up to 7 turns. I don't know how much they last normally, but also moves with Clamp, Fire Spin, Sand Tomb, Whirlpool, Magma Storm. Okay. More Japanese lessons. No idea what the hell you're saying. Please watch again. Well, not if you only speak Japanese, because I don't know what the hell you're saying. It's a fencing duel between Master and Apprentice, Bisharp and Poniard. Everyone faces challenges they must overcome. Let the match begin. Swordsmanship is hard to follow with the naked eye. Somehow manage to dodge, but there's nowhere left to go. Poniard used Sword's Dance. Cannot hide its surprise, but now it's recovered and sent his sword flying. Could this be the match? Has suddenly thrown down its sword and it's walking away. What's going on? Does this mean he recognizes true strength and given up its position as boss? Crying tears of joy on Route 11. So that's kind of a hint as to where to catch some of these when it tells you where they're taking place, I suppose. Must watch for all trainers. Let's begin right away. When you meet a Pokemon, these things are very important. Talk loudly, even though it just upset the last one you were dealing with, the Audino. Act sincerely, capture its interest, open up to it, beat it to within an inch of its life, and then stuff it in a ball. Taco. More of a pasta guy. Okay. Acrobatics. Nimbly strikes the target. It's a technical move. When is the right time to use it? When the user isn't holding any items, the power goes up. So that's most random enemies you fight won't have items. Sometimes you're late for a party. May have a huge effect. Blah blah blah. Steadfast Poke Ranger. I'll tell his secret. I'm an ability warrior of justice who has steadfast ability. Increases the speed stat every time I flinched. Teaches you the importance of never giving up. Change my fear to courage and protect justice. Now you can enjoy Poke Ranger as a card game. Find the cards at your nearest toy store. Regular price for 1 pack is? Is that something in the game you can actually do, I wonder? His name is Nadia. Smoke Ball. Let a Pokemon hold it, and the Pokemon can flee for sure no matter what. I'm about to lose against my opposing trainer. I would escape. Number of lost battles would not increase. I guess I could cheese it like that, because even though it's permanent, there's no rule against running away. Smoke Ball, huh? King's Rock. Have you heard of the King's Rock? And to strike a target for a 10% chance of making the Pokemon flinch. The item Razor Fang has the same effect. Want a hurt donut. Whether you're feeling good or bad, it's time to check out this Pokemon. Hey, have a look. Woot woot. Show off your Pokemon. Blah blah blah. Poke Quiz. Pikachu. Have any of the kids guessed any of them right? It's international, so it's the same thing. It's just Pikachu. Yeah, he just said that. Just like in English. Matter of fact, wherever you go, it's Pikachu, it's Pikachu. Why aren't they all like that? It makes it so much easier. How to raise Pokemon. These tips will help any Pokemon on the road to success. Gently let the Pokemon out of the ball. Loudly tell it how much you enjoy its company. Shouting is best. Repeat this 30 times a day. They'll grow, power, love, blah, blah, blah. Fling. Flings its held item at the target to attack. It's a sloppy move. Its power and effects may vary. Depend on the held item. It seems we can use it every day. Does it mean you lose the item? It's like a one-time use thing? That would be a waste. Huge worries that you can't overcome. Use this. You'll relieve the tension. Especially when they aren't preoccupied. Out of control. Sap Spider-Man? Oh, Sipper Man. I'm Sap Sipper Man. When I take a grass type move, my attack goes up. I don't know what you're saying. Speaking while eating is bad manners. Kids don't imitate it. Weakness policy is an assuring item. When a weak point of a Pokemon that holds it is stricken, its attack and special attack go up, like a super effective move, you mean? Have you gained weight lately? Then my special attack would go up. Okay. That's pretty good. Lagging tail. Explain it anyway. Lagging tail makes this holder move last. Full incense, it has the same effect. Using it with moves like reversal might be a good idea. More Japanese. Japanese, as I used to say. Pokemon Zukon Mesite. Now you can have a person who speaks Japanese show you their Pokedex. We quiz kids who love Pokemon. Language lessons. Hoot hoot. Who are you? Ho-Ho. But isn't Ho-Ho the bird? The fiery bird or whatever with the orange feathers or something? I wonder what they're called. And obviously something different. I was just your average girl until I was struck by a thunder shot. Love at first sight, and my target is gym leader. I didn't have any Pokemon, but not a problem for a resourceful gal. And we all know it best. I just had to become a trainer. That's all it took for me. By the way, how did everyone get their first Pokemon? Professor gives it to most of us, apparently. False swipe. It restrains the move's power, so the target won't be wiped out, so it's good for catching them. Effectively used, yep, no shit. So you have a person you admire. If you use this move, you may get the result you want or not. Oh, synchronized girl. When you get a status condition, you'll get the same condition as mine. Our spirits are destined to be connected from the previous life. If you're lead, not lead, you have a better chance to encounter Pokemon with the same nature, like same type or same personality or something. I have in my bag a Soothe Bell. It's a very heartwarming item. It'll become friendly more easily. We should have the same effect. So let's walk together. Won't work unless you catch him first. Today we're talking about Eviolite. Sounds like it can still evolve. Its defense and special defense both rise sharply. So if you don't evolve them, that happens. It's probably not worth it though. Asking your excellent Pokemon rival something, yeah. How many badges have you got? This you can see how far your rival has progressed. You're gonna challenge the gyms and collect more badges. Lickitung. Barrow. Something to do with Barrow Lick. Barrow Ringa. Easy to understand name, emphasizes the long tongue it's known for. After some fits and starts, a childhood friend gave me my first Pokemon. It was... Okay, we've heard this name a lot though, holy shit. I bet he gave me this because I picked on him when I was little. But though the road has been long and hard, I'm finally at the starting line. Isn't that the one where they... It's the same story. It's a female, maybe we can be friends. Retaliate. Oh, did we repeat? I know we've heard retaliate. Well, I fainted. It will be doubled. Something you can use in everyday life. Oh, thank God. We beat the game. Tempo Man. Is it in the same order? Hungry. Holy shit, we made it. That was the hardest part right there. It's only up from here. Fuck. So if I restart, will it be the first one every time, or is it on a loop? Lodestone. Weight decreases. Yeah, I definitely remember all of these. So there was a lot, dude. That took like almost an hour, it felt like. Holy shit. Some knickknacks. It seems like it says that to a lot of stuff. Or that one. Brimming with all sorts of novelties. I just feel like there'll be a rare item somewhere and it'll be worth it, but maybe not. I don't know what these camera angles are. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, why is it like that? You must be the new young lady from next door. Welcome to town. We have a son who's... Yeah, we already talked to her. Completely forgot because I was watching the TV for like an hour straight, for real. Yeah, so we can sit down in chairs and stuff, it seems like. Are all these books for Pokemon to read? I doubt it. Trash can is empty. Oh god. This seems different though. What's your hobby? People you just met. Just make sure it's different. Beautify, I'm pretty sure I heard that. Oh yeah, I made fun of how that sounds nothing like anything. What does the mirror do exactly? It caused me to change my clothes the first time. This time, nothing, I guess. This is just Callum's house. I don't know why it would say that. Wouldn't it say their parents' name's house? But whatever. We get the point. We don't even have a map yet or anything. Nice little starting area. Science is amazing. If you use communication, you can look all over the world for players who are playing at the same time. I doubt many people are still playing this in 2021. So that's my house. What is that? It's like a mailbox. Vannyville Town. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Vannyville Town, probably. A town whose flower is about to bloom. It's a pretty good slogan. Pretty nice, right? The Kalos region has a lot of cool towns. I want to see them all when I get big. What is that, like a garage? If it is, how would you even get in there? Because there's a tree in the way. Wait, did this say like a name on it? Like whose house it is? I guess not. Did you look at that? You got a pair of running shoes, my young friend. You can't see a pair without thinking of the old jingle they used to play in their commercials. To dash, 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 and a flash, flash, flash. Press the B button to dash and a flash, B button. So they do just say the same thing over and over, don't they? So you don't have to worry about additional dialogue. If the time comes, I hope I can entrust myself with a Pokemon. Going out on a journey seems really help you mature. Chock full of books and collections. Knickknacks. TV's probably going to be the same. I don't know why I feel like it's going to be something different. Maybe this is the better way to do it. Every house you go into, you could listen to one different story, one different show every time, instead of doing them all at once. Trap, steel type. I don't know how many steel type you're really going to encounter. That's the more organic way to do it. Maybe they exactly match the number of them to the number of buildings you go into with TVs in them. Okay, novelties. I feel like that's going to get really old, but I can't help but check them. Can's empty. Rhyhorn's like super duper big. I wonder how it does in battle. My boy's absolutely enamored with that Rhyhorn your mother brought with her. This is how children come to admire Pokemon trainers. Hee. Just make absolutely sure no additional dialogue. That's the most important thing to me, is getting immersed in the world and everything. Then the combat and stuff comes obviously later, but I like the way you can move though. It feels very open-ended, or it could be at least later. Can't squeeze through spots like that though. I don't know, some of these camera angles are a bit odd though. Here, over this way. Oh, I thought it was like a cutscene. I was just standing there like a moron. We were just talking about you. Come on, have a seat. This is the meeting place, so we're gonna choose our Pokemon. Just like this. Everyone, this is Terra. Shauna's description was spot on. This is Tierno. He can really tear up the dance floor. Trevor is a little shy, always gets perfect scores on his tests. So the nerd, the rock star. Feel like we're a closer crew if we call each other by nicknames. Lady T. She's Little T for sure. You want me to nickname someone I just met? You shouldn't put people on the spot like this. T-kins. Pick your own. I don't mind that Lady T. Sure. Sounds like I'm a knight or something. Royal Lady T. I'm sure we're gonna be great friends. I'll call you that too. When we see the Pokemon, I want to meet my new partner. It was such a cool feeling when Trevs and I met our Pokemon. Hope you feel the same way we did. So grass, fire, or water. Let's do water because I'm going to get plenty of grass and I want to use it anyway. Like I'm going to focus on bug and grass type. Stuff to do with poison, damage over time. Fire, I don't care too much about. Yeah, let's do water. That's fine. Would you like to give your Pokemon a nickname? No. My partner is Fennekin. So that's the grass one. Or is that the fire one? Two of us are just way too cute. Chespin. Wait, now I've forgotten which is which. I think Chespin's the grass one. I have something from the professor as well. Help you understand, obviously, the Pokédex. So you see, it's a high-tech device that automatically records the Pokemon you encounter. The reason you get one is because he wants us to go on a journey with our Pokemon and complete the Pokédex. Put it another way, it's an important mission for the professor. I'm sure of it. Lighten up, you're way too serious. Please take this with you too. Just give me all the items all at once. It's a letter, you should give it to your mom so she understands that I'm leaving on a never-ending journey. We're done with our errand for the professor. Let's go look for Pokemon. Let's go. In college, kids are chosen to carry a Pokédex and go on an adventure. Really? It doesn't seem like a common occurrence. This should be a rare thing. You need to give that letter to your mom before any of that. It's like a customary tradition. When you reach a certain age, you're given a Pokédex and just say, figure it out. You can sit down seemingly anywhere, which is cool. How does this work exactly? What is it doing? Like, super training, I don't care about any of this. No, not that. No. Okay, let me just double check my... What are all these again? Let me see. Okay, this is the actual Pokédex itself. Central Kalos Pokédex. We got Froakie number 7. Bubble Frog Pokemon, water, 1 inch? Is that what it is? Or 1 foot? I don't even know. 1 foot 0 inches probably. 15.4 pounds. Protects its skin by covering its body in delicate bubbles. Beneath its happy-go-lucky air, it keeps a watchful eye on its surrounding. There's only 7 in this page. Why is that? It's by region, I suppose. Sub-region. I don't know what that icon is. The red, white, blue thing. I have no idea. So you can't see any other regions, I suppose, yet? Because I haven't been to them. So let's just leave it for now. Obviously, 2 of those are going to be the ones that the other people got. A letter that Professor Sycamore wrote to your mother, faint but pleasant perfume, clings to the paper. Can I read it? I can only give it to my mom. Okay, what else do we got? These are the gym badges and everything. Let's see what we got. Actually, we go... How about this one? This is just a save. Just trying to get used to the UI and all the menus and stuff. This is the same thing I already looked at. The only thing new is the Pokédex. I just don't like how the screen looks. Like, can I leave it on something else? Like this screen, Super Training. Even if I'm not going to use it, I just don't like that screen. So this goes to the player search. Pokemon Ami. Okay, so let me look at my Pokemon itself. Level 5. Let's see what all it says. 47708, 135 experience, 44 to next level, powers up water type moves when the Pokemon is in trouble. So that's like his special ability. So when it's low HP, it's... I'm sure they mentioned that on TV, but I can't remember all that shit. 11 attack, 10 special attack. I feel like special attack's the main thing you'd want with him. Speed is 13, very high. I do like that. And look at his abilities. Target is physically pounded with a long tail, a foreleg, or the like. So that does 40 damage, 100% accuracy, standard move. User growls in an endearing way, making them less wary. Lowers their attack stats. We all know these ones. Bubble. So these do the same amount. It's just one's water and one's normal. Spray of countless bubbles is jetted at the opposing Pokemon. This may lower their speed stats. So there's no reason to use this over this if they're going to do the same amount. And that has a debuff attached to it. That's a pretty good number of uses too. You can change the order of moves, really? Huh. Isn't that new to this game? I don't feel like you could do that in most of the game. You could never change the order of the moves, in fact. People would even complain about that, I think, for some of the older games. What was that other menu there? If I go here, Jolly Nature, met today, Aquacord Town, level met 5, scatters things often. So what other options do I have? Restore, like restore health. Item, he doesn't have anything, right? Unless Torrent counts as not holding anything. So that's just an inherent special ability that every Pokemon probably has. Can't move him around. There's nothing to see there. Let's go in the bag. We don't have any items, right? These are like Pokeballs, healing items, I think TMs, HMs, yeah, berries. I don't know what these are going to be exactly. Key items. You can sort them. There'll be a lot of inventory management. That's my type Playstyle. So nothing I can interact with there. I don't know why I keep going there. So not much you can really do. I could go back and give this shit to my mom. Talk to them again. Fennekin. I want to play together soon. A little one like this. My journey will be great. She's always sing-songy with the way she talks. If you have a Pokemon partner, you can battle wild Pokemon. And if you don't, you'll just get massacred. That kind of looks like my mom. Do you love Pokemon? No. Well, to each their own. Me too, aren't they great? What an open-ended, wonderful conversation. Voices matter, dialogue options matter. I could just ignore my mom to an extent. Aquacore Town, water and civilization in harmony. Here, this potion's for you. Feel free to use it. It's giving me free items left and right. You can heal wherever, whenever. So do you say something different? No. These camera angles are gonna throw me off, I think. My Pokemon and I are gonna train really hard. I play with my Pokemon and pet it. So is there gonna be a lot of hidden stuff, I wonder? I can't help but look. Like there could be an item back here. Since it's out of view. It'd be a good spot for it, actually. I guess not. So you could probably fish here or something if you had a Pokemon who could do that. Nothing to interact with, but maybe you could if you were so inclined. Trainer tips. Pokemon gain experience and grow stronger by battling. Yeah, no shit, that's not much of a tip. Not that I need any tips, of course. What's this camera thing? Photo spot is still under construction. Okay. Nothing hidden here. This is going to be a bad habit of mine. Checking all those hidden nooks and crannies. If you want to be more fashionable, you might want to get to what? I've been buying the newest fashions at the boutique in Santaloon City. We don't even have a map, so we can't even see where that would be. So there's one shop here, and then maybe another shop here. Whoops, I didn't mean to go in there. 1, 2, okay. So I do have a bit of money, but I don't know if I should waste it right now. Whoops. Like how she bends down when she's talking to someone shorter. That's nice of her. Pokemon you catch in a Pokeball become your friends. It depends how you treat them, I suppose. It's not a guarantee. Bags are mysterious. Bags are great. They automatically store items put in them by the kind. Okay, breaking the fourth wall a bit. Let's see how the prices work. Specialized shop only for Pokeballs. So perhaps I should buy a few. Device for catching wild Pokemon. It's thrown like a ball at the Pokemon, comfortably encapsulating its target. That sounds kind of like Poke propaganda. It's very comfortable. Don't worry about it. Don't ask too many questions. Let's just do... I don't want to waste too much money. Let's do 10. Just because we're sure to be catching stuff. You get a Premier Ball as a bonus. Is that because I bought 10 or... I don't know. Must be. He wouldn't just give you that for no reason every time. So the bag is going to be... We have 10. Rare ball that was made as a commemorative item used to celebrate an event of some sort. So you could put something really cool in this. But knowing me, I'll probably never use stuff like that just because I hate wasting it. Spray type medicine for treating wounds. It can be used to restore 20 HP, which at this point is a pretty significant amount. I think my guy only has like 20, right? Exactly 20. Looks like it's getting darker. Like, is the day actually progressing? Is that listed somewhere? Maybe a time of day? Doesn't it seem like the lighting changed? Time 1:38. Huh. That would be cool, like if it gets dark, like nighttime and stuff. I wasn't expecting that. So another shop. Give potions to weakened Pokemon. Pokemon Center just past Santaloon Forest will fix up your Pokemon for free. We sell only the best potions. Seems like you sell only the worst ones, honestly, but okay. Oh, let's see if we can't check these objects too. I feel like you can't. Packed with potions. How come the other one didn't say anything then? This is gonna be an awesome playthrough. I'm gonna really take my time with it. Yeah, it's weird how it doesn't say. They only sell Pokeballs, but they have a bunch of potions and stuff in there in the display cases. It's kind of odd. So that only had potions. What does this have? Person whose Pokemon do battle is called a trainer. Like me. Greetings, young traveler. Have you enough potions? Pack full of Pokemon books and photo collection. Same thing, same thing, same thing. What's this guy got to say? Oh, the same thing. Okay. How can we humans possibly feel well when our Pokemon aren't feeling well? Come see me anytime they aren't doing well. So this is almost like a center that heals them? But she just does it manually? She doesn't even have that machine or anything. How does she do it? With what? Take care of them how? I could go see my mom. This guy might prevent me from going. You're one of the kids chosen by the professor. You should go home first and have somebody help you prepare. How do you know I didn't? Are you psychic or something? Okay. We've talked to everybody, checked everything out. Lady T, wait, are we gonna do a practice battle? You're gonna be my opponent in my battling debut. Fennekin, let's win with style. So, are they gonna have the type advantage? Is that how it's gonna be? So she should have the grass? No. Wait, I have the advantage. That's not cool. It should be the opposite. I should have to deal with it as the player. Let's see how all this UI works. You got your healing items, Pokeballs. What if I try to use a Pokeball? What will it say? Status restore, battle items, last used item, run, Pokemon. Yeah, what will it say if I try to catch? I shouldn't do that, it's bad. It's bad manners. Fennekin use Scratch. Use Pound. Seems pretty evenly matched. So you could lose a fight like that. I wonder what would even happen if you do lose. Maybe I should try it on purpose just to see. Not this type. Oh, I have a water move too, I forgot. I thought you only had... For some reason I was thinking I only had one move, even though I just looked it up. Crits. Finish them off with Bubble just as BM. I could have just done that at the beginning. Paint it. Give me all your money. You're just level 6. Shauna. Hey, I wasn't done watching my cute little Fennekin. You're the one who started the fight. $500. Taking her lunch money for the next month. Lady T, let me fix up your Pokemon. Fix up your own. How do you just do that? You can just do that on demand? You should come with me then. I'm sure she'll have something different to say now. Stay together soon with a little one like this. I'm sure my journey will be great. Okay. Jump the chair, musical chairs. I do like the graphics here. They are pretty good. It's like a perfect blend between the two styles. Like the old ones look a little bit too archaic. The other one, like Coliseum, I still prefer that style though. It's more serious and like more. I wish they had gone more in that direction, like Pokemon Coliseum, Gale of Darkness, that kind of thing. It's too bad. Let's just give the letter to our mother. What did you and the neighbor kids end up doing? Wait a second, is that a Pokeball you have? 10 of them at that. You have your very own Pokemon, lucky you. How about that, you're a trainer now too, congratulations. A letter for me, it says it's from someone named Sycamore. What could it be, a love letter? Hopefully not. What lovely handwriting. What do we have here? We barely unpacked and all kinds of exciting things are happening. Let's get you and Froakie ready for your journey. I like how immediately on board she is with it. Like I got nothing better to do. I even packed a change of clothes. What an unexpected turn of events. It's like a sudden last burst of speed from a racer in a Rhyhorn race. You made friends, you met your Pokemon, and now you get to take a lap around Kalos. Don't forget this. Can you actually give me a Rhyhorn to take with me? That would be the fun thing to do. Know how to use the town map? I'm sure I can figure it out. Well, I just said I know how to use it. Why are you telling me? I don't know what Professor Sycamore wants to see on your trip, but taking a journey with your Pokemon is a really wonderful experience. Can I like change my clothes more up there? Feels like you should be able to now. Maybe for now this is the only outfit I have. It just seems like clothing is a bit of a mechanic here. What was on here again? Oh, just basic tips and stuff. The Wii U, it even has a touchscreen. The gamepad even has a screen. I love that. Shameless. Shameless. Is she gonna miss me? Chirp, chirp. I don't know what this professor wants to see, but it's gonna be a wonderful experience. Say goodbye to Rhyhorn. It's getting kind of dark out, isn't it? What a card. I guess your Rhyhorn just wanted to give you a big send-off for your journey. It has known you since you were born, after all. Good luck. Go for broke, and don't worry. You'll have Pokemon by your side, so you'll be fine. At least she has good confidence in us. I do like that. Never had any doubt. Let's ride in one last time. Wait, what? I'm not moving. It's doing it on its own. It'd be cool if you could ride that around like a mount. Can I control it at all when it's doing that? I wasn't trying to. It just moves like an inch and comes back. Whoops, I'm trying to interact with him without getting on, but I guess you can't. Oh yeah, like that. Let's see if she says something different. You're back already? A memory from when I was a Rhyhorn racer. There was the time I couldn't stop at the finish line. Your dad was waiting there and I sent him flying. And that's how I met your father. Ooh, I do like this time of day thing. That's very cool. Let's see how that matches up with what time it says. Here, is that what it's based on? 1:48. No, I don't think that's anything. That must be like just system time, right? Whatever. There's clearly some sort of night and day cycle, which is cool. I like that. So wait, what did she give me? Didn't she give me something? Oh yeah, the map. Holocaster, a device that allows users to receive and view hologram clips at any time. It's also used to chat with others. Hello, Holocaster. If you have a Holocaster, you can view video messages from your friends and other people at your convenience. Okay. Town map, there's nothing else I have. Very convenient map that can be viewed anytime. It even shows you your present location in the region somehow. I don't know how it would do that, but you start here or no? Huh? It's like right behind me. You start here, Vanderbilt Town. Blooming buds covered in morning dew exude hope for the future of this small town. Oh, it even tells you the routes. I like all this flavor text. A small and quiet country lane that connects Vanderbilt Town and Aquacore Town. A town that naturally sprang up as people flocked to this pristine riverside. What is this central thing? Lumiose City? Dazzling metropolis of art and artifice, located in the very heart of the Kalos region. Looks like a decent sized map, and there could be more, I suppose. So what's the hotkey for that? Like, how do I go to it? Oh, you can like register it as something. Let me see how that works. Register. Wait. Okay, so it's registered. So let me try to see. Okay, so whenever I do that, you can open it on demand. I'm not sure what else I would put to that button anyway. Okay, so they've all gone home or they're off on their adventure, the other kids. So it gives you the element type advantage over your rival, which is kind of lame. It should be the opposite. It's not like you need that kind of help. I got what I needed. If you set foot in the tall grass, a wild Pokemon will pop out. But you'll be fine because your partner will battle for you. Then why are you stopping me to tell that if I'll be fine? Looks like you found somebody at home to help you pack. Make sure you bring a bunch of Pokeballs and potions. I don't have any potions really, just like one that guy gave me for free. Found somebody to help pack, blah blah blah. That water looks pretty good actually. You're guaranteed to fight one right there. I'm obviously going to try to catch everything that I can. Pidgey. Make sure I don't kill it by mistake. Let's see how much this does. Just don't one-shot it. I could probably do one more and then catch it. Tackle. Nice music, nice background. I like all this. Very, very nice. Pound. Tackle, so that hit a lot. Wasn't even a crit or anything. Let's use Pokeball. 1-1. Come on, don't fight me too hard. Nice. First catch. The beginning of a beautiful journey. Added to the Pokedex. Number 17, Pidgey, tiny bird Pokemon, normal and flying type. Also 1 inch or 1 foot, whatever. It has to be 1 foot, it can't be an inch. 1 foot 0 inches, 4 pounds. It is docile and prefers to avoid conflict. If disturbed, however, it can ferociously strike back. I saw that. Hit me for like 10 in 1 hit. Don't need to rename it. So let's see what kind of moves and such it has. I guess you would see if it was holding an item. Summary. So it's level 3. Where does it say that? I thought I just saw in the fight, but where does it say it now? It says experience the next level, but it doesn't. Oh, on the bottom there. Level 3 Pidgey. It only has tackle, unfortunately. Physical attack in which the user charges and slams into the target with his whole body, and that it actually does more damage than either of my Froakie's moves, which is interesting. 8 attack, 7 defense, 6 special attack, 7 special defense, 8 speed, and his special ability is prevents other Pokemon from lowering accuracy, like with dust, sand attack and stuff. Huh. An interesting move. Or special, that's good. Eyes of a Hawk. Lady T. Come learn how to catch Pokemon with me. I just did it. Cal's mom and dad are amazing trainers. That's why he knows so much about catching Pokemon and battling. This sounds like Paper Mario music or something. You can talk about my parents if you want, but it doesn't have anything to do with me. Daddy issues? Mommy issues? I'm going to show you how to catch one now, so watch carefully. I mean, I just caught one, but I appreciate the help. Tutorial time. Wow. Almost one-shotted him. Just don't get a crit. Use the balls. How come I don't get that little pointer finger? So this guy didn't get a starting Pokemon, he just got a random bird. The other fat guy got the other one, I think the fire one. Or the grass one. Pokemon went inside the Pokeball? Wow, never seen that before. Your Fennekin is in a Pokeball, right? Ditzy chick. I'll share some Pokeballs with you too. I already have 10 of them, but okay. How many did he give me? Do you think I can catch Pokemon with them too? If you throw out a weak one, you'll catch it. Throw lots of balls at it and we'll become friends. Catching a wild Pokemon makes you stronger too. Oh, it counts towards experience? I forget how that used to work. Known as Avance Trail. If I find a cute Pokemon, I'll throw lots of balls at it and we'll become friends. Maybe I imagine getting 2 fights in the same patch of grass. Already farming. I am pretty low on HP though, I better not mess around too much. Especially since that last guy hit me for like 10 with 1 hit. I better not joke around here. Wait. Oh, that's status restore. Okay, we'll just use a potion, play it safe. I was going back to heal anyway. This could be the most dangerous time, just at the beginning when you have fewer. Once you have 6, it should be smooth sailing, but you never know. I'm gonna catch this one anyway. Starting off with a lot of bird types. Pidgey and Fletchling. That should be good enough to catch it. He gave me 10 as well. I already had 10. Catch it. Very nice, very nice. Fletchling was caught. 24 experience. He's level 7. Fletchling's data was added to the Pokédex. I'm not sure if I'll use either of those, but for now I will. Number 14, Tiny Robin Pokemon, normal flying, 1 foot, 3.7 pounds. Despite the beauty of its lilting voice, I don't know what that word means, lilting, it's merciless to intruders that enter its territory. Do you have a nickname? No. Okay, let's go back and see how this chick heals our Pokemon anyway. I should probably keep some more potions too. How much money do I have? I have 1,500, so I'll just buy as many potions. I have plenty of Pokeballs. How can we feel well when Pokemon aren't feeling well? This guy sells only potions, regular, basic potions. So they're 300 each or something? Yeah, I gotta buy 5 of them. Certainly worth it. Let's take a look at Fletchling too. So we want to keep it in what order? Does it go 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3? Huh. That's actually a good question. I'm assuming 1, 2, 3 because I got him first. So we'll just keep it like that. Whoops. Okay, let's look at no items on these, I assume. I'm sure there'd be an icon for it if you did have an item. So 8 attack, 8 defense, 7 special, 7 special, 8 special defense, 7 speed. Big Pecs is a special. Protects the Pokemon from defense lowering attacks. So like Leer and stuff I think does that. Physical attack in which the user charges and slams in the target whole body does 50. User growls, making them less wary, lowers their attack. Okay. So Pidgey only has the one move right now, which is Tackle. What's the other screen again? I forget. It's like... oh, characteristic lights to fight. Level 3 Met, Route 2, blah blah blah. There's a lot of different flavor, I like that. Flavor text and description, strongly defiant. Sassy is his nature. Wait, what was his nature again? His nature is adamant. And his was what? Jolly. Jolly, adamant, and whatever, defiant. Let me look at the map again. Is right here. So we're on Route 2 right now. You'll find many Pokemon hiding among the tall grass that grow in tufts along this trail. I don't know how much of an emphasis I'll place on these flying types. Probably none at all. But she's still marveling at the fact that you can catch Pokemon. Still processing in her little head. Scatterbug. Croaky. Level 7. So we got level 7 and level 3 and level 3. I just don't want to start one-shotting these. Could be close. We could get 2 hits before we have to worry about it. As long as I don't get a critical. It's the only bad thing. I could always use water. It should be less effective on these types. So this is exactly the kind of thing I'd want to use. A bug, maybe with some poison ability, stuff like that. It should work every time in the red. Get him in the red zone. Scatterbug was caught. Coolest thing is seeing what they evolve into. It could be lame though, too. Number 20, Scattered Dust Pokemon. Bug, 1 foot. Seems like a lot of them are going to be 1 foot. 5 pounds. The powder that covers its body regulates its temperature so it can live in any region or climate. Wow, interesting. That means you might be able to catch them in other places. This is some kind of forest level we're gonna have to get through. Santaloon Forest ahead. It's gonna be a trainer fight. When 2 trainers' eyes meet, a Pokemon battle must begin. So just keep your eyes closed. Youngster Austin. Picking on little kids. Although I don't know how much younger they are than my character. It's hard to tell. Zigzagoon. I have plenty of health. Let's see how much this really does on a regular basis. It does the same amount. It's just a question of type. So here it's pretty much neutral. He's normal type. So it saves your position of your last attack. So if you spam the A button too much, you could screw yourself over. It's easy enough. All these one Pokemon Andes. Imagine relying on only one all the time. I would like to catch one of those though. That would be nice. Almost leveled up. You should have told me that you were that strong. Time to get into practice with the wild Pokemon in the tall grass. Oh, I'd better heal up my Pokemon first. Or just catch some more. Wait up, let's walk together. I feel like something exciting will happen if I stay by you. I'll heal you whenever you want. I have a personal healing slave. Sandsmoon Forest. Keep an eye out for dropped items. I can't talk to you at will, so how do I initiate the heal? Whatever. Found a potion. This is exactly the kind of area I want anyway. He doesn't fight you on command. Or like automatically. Another potion stocking me up. There's another item up there on the top left I can see. Another item that's loading me up. Antidote. This way leads to a dead end, huh? Alright, I guess I'll just have to save my progress so I don't forget what I've done so far. I'm just seeing if there's something in the middle there. Doesn't seem like it. Good excuse to have a fight. And Sage. Definitely gotta catch this guy, although it will be super effective on me, so I gotta be a little bit careful. I could just die here, or at least Froakie could die here. Just don't use any grass moves. I can't really attack again, so I better. I could use the water move since it would be not very effective, I imagine, but let's just do this for now. One, two, and three is the charm. We got two flying types, a grass type, and a bug type. And then obviously my starting water type. Quick attack. I'm not sure if that's going to be really necessary anytime soon. He's pretty fast as it is. Grass monkey Pokemon number 29. 2 feet, so he's a bit taller. 23 pounds. Good at finding berries and gathers them from all over. It's kind enough to share them with friends. I don't know why I'm like seeking out fights, but this is the same guy, so I can just kill him. Oh, I should kind of rearrange the order of my Pokemon too. And I shouldn't give this guy so much experience, but for now, let's just leave it. Unless there's somebody I really want to focus on. I keep doing that by mistake. Let's go strongest to weakest, or who do I prioritize? I definitely like him. Bug Pokemon. Pidgey is okay. And these two I don't care as much about. I probably won't use them at all. These two I might use for a bit at least. And who didn't we read? The tech stuff. I think the new two. Whoops. Gotta get used to the controls. So again, they have no items, I presume. 6 attack, 8 defense, 7 special attack, 6 special defense, 7 speed. Compound Eye special ability. Boosts the Pokemon's accuracy. Doesn't really say by how much. Tackle does 50. And what is this? String Shot. It decreases accuracy or decreases speed. Opposing Pokemon are bound with silk blown from the user's mouth that harshly lowers the speed stat. You can change the order of the moves. He is calm. Good perseverance. And Pansage as well. 10 attack, 9 defense, 9 special attack, 9 special defense, 10 speed. Gluttony. Makes the Pokemon use a held berry earlier than usual. That almost seems like it could be a bad thing. Quirky. Proud of its power. Let's see the moves. Scratch. Hard pointed sharp claws. Rake the target to inflict damage. 40 damage. 100% accuracy. The user and target become friends, and the target loses its will to fight. Lowers the attack stat, but it doesn't prevent them from fighting. User gives opposing Pokemon intimidating leer that lowers the defense stat. So this guy has a lot of utility stuff. That's 100% accuracy as well. Maybe I shouldn't read out the stats every time. Just to see if something stands out, I suppose. So you know what you're looking for. It's not like you can even choose their stats though. It's just automatic what they get. So maybe I'll let this guy carry me for a little bit, but I would almost prefer using the bug. The problem is it's not going to be very effective here anyway. And it's going to be hard to even win a fight, because we're basically going to be the same. If only he had a different move that he could use that wouldn't be not very effective here. Fire in the grass area, that's odd. Hand sear? Well, I better not use that or I might one-shot. Let's see how much it does. Just enough to do 2 hits before catching him. Very nice, very nice. Lower my attack, doesn't even matter. What's that one that stops you from attacking altogether? Like Charm or something? Infatuate. .36 experience added to the Pokédex. High temp Pokemon. 2 feet tall, 24.3. I imagine there's a water one too. There's a grass, Pan Sage, Pan Seer, and Pan Water. Pan something. Pokemon lives in caves and volcanoes and apparently in forests too. The fire within the tuft on its head can reach 600 degrees. So don't pat him on the head. Oh, I thought these were gonna attack me. I can make my way through the forest like this in my sleep. First, I'll observe. If your Pokemon are weak, you should use a potion. I got a living potion right here. Oh, you can talk to her. The way she moves is kind of weird. Like, how do you... Look. Sometimes she mirrors your movement, so you can't talk to her. A battle. This youngster challenged me to a battle. Let's go. Can I watch? If you battle, you learn more. Hold on, hang on one sec. Look what I found, I'll give it to you. I didn't see anything there. I watch everything more closely than you might think. Paralyzed heal. Are there hidden items like that that you can't even see? Or was there a Pokeball in there and I just didn't see it? Probably an item here, a dead end. Doesn't look like a dead end. I can't tell. Oh yeah, that's where that lady was with the item that I could see out of the corner of my eye. I think, at the bottom left here. Maybe? Okay, so we don't need to worry about this. We can use our water ability at that. I don't know how much I really want to rely on this guy. I feel like I'll end up not using him at all, so this could be a mistake. Whatever, for now he has to carry me. Just because he started out better. Oh, so this just leads to the same place. Weird. Come on, Scatterbug, let's powder this puck. Youngster Joey. He's got 2 Pokemon at least, I can respect that. Go Froakie. Do a pound. Easy enough. These are level 3, so maybe I should downgrade to my own Scatterbug here. Switch Pokemon. Let's try it. Let's see how he does. It's just gonna be like a 1-to-1 battle. Like, I'll die every time. There's no other way to really do it. String Shot, nobody cares about that. See, I'm gonna lose, dude. I'll have to switch out. Oh, he can spam that all day if he wants. I don't know why he would. Your tackle. Oh shit. I better switch out. So he'll still gain experience, won't he? And you can switch out before they get to attack, I suppose. Pidgey, I don't know what I'm doing even. Splitting experience just because I can. Tackle. Yeah, this guy hits pretty hard. What's he doing? Like hitting 6 per turn? Well, it's just because I'm equal level to him. Sure, I'm scared, but we lost this time, but we'll get the next one who comes along for sure. While you're standing there challenging people all day, I'll heal your Pokemon. Keep lots of Pokemon types with you, and you'll never get caught off guard, unlike you. Pokemon are found in the tall grass. This is kind of like cheating. You can just heal you as much as you want. Are you gonna fight too? Hi Shauna, hello Lady T. I'll give you advice. Pokemon are poison, they lose HP when you battle. Be sure to use antidotes. What did this guy say after we beat him? Or we didn't even beat him? The fat guy beat him. Did we get the item here? Shoot. Oh, Weedle, this is one we could get for sure. Maybe I should be careful not to kill it. That's another reason to use weaker Pokemon. You don't accidentally one-shot them or something. String Shot, doesn't matter. Ooh, this could be a good one to use. Weedle. I'm in a very poisonous kind of mood. He already starts with a poison move. Not that it'd be good in the early game fights because they're over so quickly, but in the long run I would like to try that. Can I do one more without him dying? I'm not sure. Let's try in the yellow. Come on, please work. You can do it. Weedle was caught. He's gonna be like my main right now. Anything to do with poison, I'm all about right now. Dato's added to the court record. Weedle, hairy bug Pokemon. Hairy, huh? Bug and poison, 7 pounds. Its poison stinger is very powerful. Its bright colored body is intended to warn off enemies. Interesting, but it makes it more of a target too. Oh shoot, I can't even use it. It's in my bank. Pokebank. What is this? Keep an eye out for dropped items. And just steal them. Don't return them to their owner. This guy didn't fight me, huh? There's only one way to go. I'm sure she's not gonna follow you around everywhere, just for now since it's early game. What's he doing? I wonder what kind of dance works best for a crew with Pokemon in it. Probably the one from Earthbound. In that bar that I saw like 50 times in a row. So we don't need this guy. Unless you want to catch a higher level one just to replace the other one. Or a different gender. I guess. Maybe there's reasons to do that. So that white icon to the right must mean I already caught it. I'm assuming. Oh, heal. You're kind of annoying me. You're not even fighting. That would help me more. Fight with me. Let's do double battles. Do you need any Pokeballs? Yeah, just give me an infinite amount. The weaker OL Pokemon is easier it is to catch. Now that could be misinterpreted as weaker as in what level they are. Which could also be true, but he means your Pokemon are in for a shot. Does that mean you're a Pikachu? Really? This early? Don't mind if I use a snag ball from Coliseum. Just rip that shit away from you. Oh, he could be super effective. I better be careful. Good thing he didn't use any kind of lightning move. Thunder move. PK Thunder, PK Fire. Lick. Let's see what it does first. Ghost move, that sounds interesting. Target is licked, 30 power, 100 accuracy. Causing damage, it might also leave them with paralysis. Let's see. Pound is good. Growl is garbage. Quick attack is fine. Bubble is fine. The growl is not going to be that useful. Lowers their attack stats. I don't care too much about that. It's going to be unique ability. It does a little bit of damage and it can paralyze them. I do like that. Last Anna. I was the one who got shot. You have so many Pokemon. The best part about Pokemon battles is that they can happen anytime, anywhere, with anyone. And they can end your playthrough in a heartbeat. Last Lissy. I don't know how you even say that. I wish I could be using Weedle right now. I gotta get him from my storage. Let's see how much this actually does. It's hard to measure against level 2. Just pound him into the ground. Bunnelby, you don't have to switch nothing. Kind of committed too much to Froakie at this point. I don't like that, but it's just easier for now. You can always switch up later, but then we'll be under level. You gotta share the love early. Or we can just catch something and start using it right away. Assuming I've got to keep battling and training up my really awesome Pokemon team. $96 for winning. Duh, I can't believe I forgot that potions can be used even during a battle. Especially during a battle. Pokeball. Where was that one thing I saw at the angle? It must be even further. I saw, yeah, this one. I really want to catch a Pikachu, but I haven't. What? Talks too fast, I can't even see what she's saying. I think we're done here then. Isn't that it? Yeah. So you got here first. Seems like I'm neighbors with someone who has a lot of potential. The way Pokemon move is just incredible. I want to show off some of that spirit when I dance. Tierno, could you think about something besides how Pokemon move for once? We're all here. Let's go to Santaloon City. The overt way. What are you all gonna do? Look for Pokemon, of course. The professor did ask us to complete the Pokédex. Furthermore, different Pokemon living in different places prefer living in different places, but another way is a chance to find different Pokemon than the ones in the forest. I'll bet different ones will use different moves. Want to see different moves? What are you going to do, Count? I'm going to go to the gym leader. So you know, Pokemon trainers test their strength by battling with the gym leaders. I learned a lot from others. I have something adventure rules. Wrote down 10 different tips every trainer should know. Here's one for you. Seriously? So much advice. Look in the rules if you're confused. This is great. I'm going to spend some time getting to know my little Fennekin. What are you going to do? Wait, did my shit just change color? Huh? Maybe it's just the lighting is different? Look how different it looks. Huh. I guess I'll make a point since saving isn't going to mean anything. I'll only save it to end a session like in the Pokemon Center. I'll never save it in the overworld in some random spot. You gotta spend some time. What are you gonna do? Each Pokemon has PP, stands for power points. Which is 0, you can't use it. Your Pokemon's HP, if it gets low, you have to go to the Pokemon Center. I think you should go there too. Exactly what I was thinking too. Oh wait, we're not even there yet. I'm acting like I'm already there. Mommy told me that I should do battle with anyone who greets me. You were challenged by preschooler Oliver. Bullying literal preschoolers at this point. What a degenerate. Okay, at least you have 2 Pokemon, I can respect that. One shot. This is one that I want too. This guy's really beefy. Tanky. I forget what the name is that he evolves into, but it becomes very, very tanky. Which is exactly what I want. It doesn't even have to hit that hard. Azurill. Pretty nice team that guy's got. I like it. Mommy told me to be polite, especially when I lose. She never told you not to talk to strangers? Didn't tell me to, but I'm gonna play with my Pokemon. So, how much health does he have left? 18. I think he can just solo all the way to town. Because why not? Pokemon battles are really hard. I just let Pichu do what it wants. You were challenged by preschooler Ella. Send out Pichu. Just don't use a thunder move, please. Because you might actually finish me off. I doubt it, but... Shit, you won't even have the chance. Static. Paralyze me? Shit, dude. It's a good passive ability. Level 11. Pichu, did we lose? Like she lets the Pokemon do all the work. You know, ask Viola to teach me how to battle. She's so cool. She's the gym leader in Santolan City. Is that right over here? Coming through. Am I gonna get those too? Kind of like you get bikes in some of the games. Can't cut the tree, just get an axe and do it yourself, but you rely on Pokemon to do everything for you, don't you? Lazy people. Hey, my Pokemon and I are studying. Want to join us? No. I guess I don't have a choice. Schoolgirl Bridget. So I guess we're advanced, graduated from preschool to just elementary school. Brokey is a little bit injured, but we can make it. I don't know why I'm putting so much into him. And I'm still paralyzed too at that. But yeah, saving out in the overworld isn't going to do anything. Because if you die, the game's over anyway. So what are you saving it for? You know what I mean? You're not going to ever reset, or you're not going to ever have a reason to do that. Just don't get paralyzed this turn, or you might actually die. This studying isn't enough. I need to practice with more real battles. Well, I better not let him die. I don't know how much farther the town's gonna be, but... Super potion, I don't need that. Right now. Let's just use a regular potion on him. I thought we were in town. That's why everyone stopped out there. They kind of baited me. You can catch something new. That is same thing we have. The Pidgey was the first one we ever caught. I don't know if it's scripted to always be Pidgey or it was just a chance. I don't think I've seen another Pidgey since then either. For experience, so he's getting a little bit over leveled, I'd say. Best way to learn is to have your Pokemon use it. Challenged by Schoolboy Brighton. The cool names. Hand Sage, so he has 3, so this could actually be a little bit tough. I'm too reliant on this one guy. And he's still paralyzed, although it hasn't hurt him much. Damn, dude, I'm level 11. This guy's gonna have to carry me. Hard carry. Ants here, I don't give a shit about him. I don't even have to use my special. Super effective. When does it become yellow, the PP text? Maybe at below half, I suppose. Oh god. That lasts so long. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's more effective because I'm a water type. I kind of doubt that would matter with status effects, but maybe it does actually, because if I was a thunder type it probably wouldn't work on me at all, right? Still one more, dude. Don't die on me. Send in Panpour. What is Panpour exactly? Oh, it's the water one that I was wondering about. I don't really like that. It's like clone Pokemon. They're all the same. There's one of each type. That's kind of boring. They look too similar. Because that makes it too easy for them to design them. Then you could just do that for everything. Every single Pokemon, just make them a fire, water, and grass type of each. Or different versions of each. That's not cool. Panpour. I would have never guessed that. His name, like I thought it was Pan Water or Pan Lick or Pan Drip. Damn, I might have to use another potion. I don't know. I thought we were at the town. How far is it? It moves Pack and Punch alright. The move's power can change depending on the target it hits. Let's use another potion. We have plenty of them. No big deal. And we should have a good amount of money too, shouldn't we? We have approximately 840. Not very much, actually. I went to the Pokemon Center because I was asked to buy Pokeballs. How very responsible of you. Something different to say to me? Better go to the school and learn everything from scratch. Wait, why did I do that? Whatever. Okay, this is a new one. I'm gonna one-shot it, aren't I? This is the problem. I'm way too strong, I gotta switch out. Use Scatterbug. Agility increases speed or evasiveness. Speed rose sharply. So he's just buffing himself and debuffing me. It's gonna take a little bit of time. have. I can do one more and then catch it. Should be. Very nice, very nice. I don't think I'll ever use this guy, but just, you know, gotta catch them all, as they say. Getting pretty lucky with them not breaking free so far, but it is early game. He's gonna go to my bank anyway. Number 10, digging Pokemon. It has ears like shovels. Digging holes strengthens its ears so much that they can sever thick roots effortlessly. Does that mean he can cut that grass that I wanted to break? I won't find out right now. Santaloon City. Seems like a perfect place to stop for the day. They'll tutorialize this too. Hey there, Lady T, ready to get them healed. Pokemon centers are great. Talk to the counter and heal your Pokemon. You can even deposit them into a PC. Know how Pokemon are sent when you get more than you can carry? That's where they go. Magically. Oh yeah, Lady T. There's a Pokemon Mart. It's a good idea to stock up on balls and potions. You're acting like you've done all this before. Twins. Did you see any Pikachu in Santaloon Forest? Want to become friends with a Pikachu. I want to catch a Pikachu too. So lucky, Pika. The novelty kind of wears off when everyone's obsessed with them. It's a fitting room in the back you can change in a flash. A literal flash, am I right? Because you're taking your clothes off. I don't think I have any other clothes. Oh no, I do. Green. Aqua. How are they new? Like, oh, I guess I never visited a thing before. Let me try them on, I suppose. Well, this can be like my town gear, and then that can be like my exploration gear, like when I go to explore the world. So this is like my... Wait, I was already wearing that, wasn't I? Huh? Yeah, this should be my town gear, and that should be my... I guess the hat can't be dealt with. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So the hat I can't take off. This looks like comfy town exploration gear. Full immersion. Oh yeah, Lady T. Why can't I... Oh. There's a Pokemon Mart in the back of the Pokemon Center. It's a good idea to cycle... Okay, same thing. Pokemon are easier to catch if you make them sleep or paralyze them first, or beat them within an inch of their life. How may I help you? I don't have much money to really boost the speed stat during a battle. It wears once it's withdrawn, attack, defense. Item that prevents stat reduction among the trainer's party Pokemon for 5 turns. Okay. These are all temporary use, so I don't see the point. It raises the critical hit ratio greatly. It can only be used once and wears off when it's withdrawn. Boost the accuracy. Boost special attack. Boost special defense. All stuff that I'll probably never use. But this guy. Pokeball. Potion. And I guess you could never have enough balls, am I right? Although, it's not really even worth it. Let's not even bother. We have enough for now. Let's talk to the lovely nurse. Go ahead and heal myself up. I probably have to heal the stuff in my bank, too. Or do they heal automatically when they come in here? I'm not sure. Restored your Pokemon to full health. See you again. But let me read some of the ones that I missed out on. Anything else change? $840, $243. That means 2 hours and 43 minutes, really. Low pacing, as planned. How much does this heal? Effects of poison Pokemon for paralysis. once to free from paralysis. Spray type that heals 50, so that's pretty good. Adventure rules. Contains all the points a new trainer needs to know. It was handmade by a kind friend. Open the menu with the X button. Record your progress with save. Throw Pokeballs to catch Pokemon. Weaken Pokemon you want to catch. Use battles to help Pokemon grow. These are also obvious. Heal at Pokemon centers. Buy more items than you think you need. Talk to everyone you meet. When you get lost, check your map. Enjoy your journey with Pokemon. Whoops. Okay, so which one didn't I read out of these? Gluttony uses a berry earlier than usual. Scratch, Leer, play nice. I read this one. How about Panseer? I don't think I read that. Fire. Same thing. Gluttony uses a berry earlier than usual, which means the water one is the same. Seen that. All pretty much the same. Kind of a boring aspect to have clones like that. Let's look at the ones inside our storage. First of all, see if they're full HP. What does this always do? I always forget. Have the professor evaluate your progress. You've seen 16 kinds in Central Kalos. You have to get yourself in that tall grass if you're going to find any Pokemon. Does that mean there's not enough? Organize items. I'm assuming there's no items in here. So we have 2 Pokemon in there. Wait, what? Continue operations? No. Organize boxes. These are all the same thing. Withdraw and deposit. Why don't I deposit stuff that I don't think I'm going to use? Definitely not going to use this guy. I don't know. Let me put them in 2 just so I don't get confused. So these are my reserve ones that I'm not using right now. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. These 3 I might use a little bit. How do I switch boxes again? I guess I'll go back out. I don't know why you can't do this all on the same page like that, but keep going in and out, whatever. This guy I'm not going to use either. Can't move him, can I? So I've read all these. Everything's fine there. Should put them in order of level, which I have already done. How many boxes do I have? Only 7? I feel like... Huh. Well, there's a lot of room on each box, though. Summary. This Pokemon may pick up items. In what way? I don't know what that means. Like, just randomly, it picks them up on its own. Tackle. Agility. Moves faster. Speed stats. All stuff we've seen before. And quick to flee. Gentle nature. Whoops. Did I see that for these 2? Quirky. Yeah, I didn't see the second one. It's probably the same thing. Quirky as well. Hardy, impetuous, and silly. Which is almost like quirky. No. So organized boxes. Is there something I want to move? Move the bunny from here to... He's level 3, so let me put him like right there. Put this guy here, switch their positions just because. Whoops. Go like that. Okay, that's all good. We'll leave a couple open spaces so we can actually catch some fresh and use them if I want. Let's power off, and then I can check these guys out too. check my Pokédex too. The Weedle blocks additional effects of attacks taken. So that means you can't get stunned by, like, if a move does damage, it won't affect you with any paralyze or burn or something, I guess. Quick-tempered and jolly nature. Those are kind of oxymoronic. What are his moves again? Poison Sting and String Shot. String Shot does no damage, reduces speed, so he needs more of a basic attack. I do like the poison effect. The user stabs the target with a poison stinger, may also poison the target. So it means it's not a guaranteed poison, which is also bad. So I want him to get a pretty big role here, though. I do like that. Weedle. What else do I want to do? Let me check my Pokédex. 8. How come it said 16 then? What? Wait. Why does it say 8? Oh, because I've just seen them. So it separates the two. Anakin. It doesn't. Area unknown because I haven't caught it yet. Or I only fought it with a trainer. Digging holes, blah blah blah. We've read these. Despite the beauty of its voice. Affects the skin with bubbles, I read that one. Docile, voice conflict. Powder, can live in any region or climate. Poison Stinger is very powerful. Okay, we said that. It's good at finding berries and gathers them from all over. It's kind enough to share. Caves and volcanoes. We saw Pichu. Wait, we did? Oh, that was in a trainer fight though. Pikachu we also saw in a trainer fight. That one's sure going to waste, whoever had that one. Some random chick in the forest. Seems like a little too early to be seeing Pikachu. I think that will do it for today. Nice little intro. Very slow pace, like I like it. And I am going to commit to some kind of poison thing going forward. So Froakie's there just as an early game carry, but I don't think I'll use him in the long run. So he can use poison. He's going to use some poison, and then I'll go with kind of a mix of other stuff. Can't decide if I really want to use Pidgey yet or not. I feel like he might be good for a while. Not like you have to go full poison. You shouldn't rely on one thing too much. Okay.